terms of real roster spots, you're full right now. So, like, I don't know who would take on a Bruno Fernando. I know it's only a hair under $2 million, but it's not easy to move.
If you gotta
and then
you don't want to eat that salary, but damn it, if you gotta eat it, you gotta eat it. I mean, Bruno's
I guess you have to. Yeah, but you're so close to the tax right now. You're so close to that hard cap if you're trying to do the ball thing. I'm more worried about the navigation of this offseason now, because this isn't the team. This can't be the full team. This would be an ugly-looking team going into next year if this was your 15.
Well, again, there are more chips to fall here. I know, just a short while ago, Mark Murphy from the Herald on Twitter, hearing Celtics have a list of 7 or 8 free agent targets, including Spurs point guard Patty Mills. We've heard that quite a bit. A discussion between team and Evan Fournier are ongoing, but not close to resolution. So,
he's gone.
There's yeah, I think he's gone. It all depends. It depends if Smart is gone. Look, a lot of people are saying here in the chat, Smart's gone. Smart gets traded.
Why would
too.
Smart be gone?
Well, I don't know, Bobby. I don't see it either. I think actually, yeah. Something what?
No, I mean the Lonzo thing would have to be in play. I think for Smart to be gone. He's not. They're not trying to get rid of Smart.
I said this yesterday about the Lonzo thing.
What's the Lonzo stuff? Yeah, what's the Lonzo stuff?
I don't think they have enough to offer New Orleans. And again, I don't know what else is out there. And if he is a free agent, as you say, right? So if he says, I want to go to the Celtics, let's make this happen, the Pelicans have to play ball with that a little bit. But I don't think this is like his top destination. Chicago looks good for him.
I don't think you
Toronto,
can.
I think, is a good spot. But they do say that Boston's in play. Sham said that yesterday. So I don't know. But I just... Like, what kind of trade could you piece together here? Smart? Do you throw in one of the young wings, Neesmith or Langford there? Richardson, again, I don't think is a positive trade value, especially going back to New Orleans. So I don't know. Like, I just don't know how you piece together to offer him that $21 million. I will say, though, I'd probably rather have him than bring back Fournier. I think it's close, but I think again, I lean toward Ball.
We do again have to talk about like if New Orleans doesn't if they don't match on Ball, they lose him. So like if he gets signed to an offer sheet right now, he just goes. So
you think they want to keep him, Sharon?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
You think they want to keep him now?
I do.
I mean, I guess that depends on Lowry, right?
Exactly, I don't think. Let's put it this way: if they get a sense that they are legitimately in the Lowry sweepstakes, then you try to work out something with Toronto to get Lowry, so that again,
that's how I feel it's gonna go.
And what else outside of Beal are you looking to do next offseason?
That's the thing. If you don't have a sense of what his future is, and you got all these expirings, and you're pulling a pseudo Knicks move here that we talked about yesterday, like the Knicks are just always waiting for a ton of money to come off the books and see what's out there. There's other free agents out there, so maybe it's a guy we're not even thinking about that could change their fortunes next off season with some flexibility here. But I never wanted next year to be a throwaway year. Like, put a team on the court next year that can compete and bridge and excite some free agents, because you're going to have to excite some guys to come here. They can't be a 7 seed first round exit again. And this team right now, as it looks, is worse than last year's.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
The second they did the Kemba trade.
Started yet.
Well, they have no roster spots. Again, I don't know how. All right, maybe you flip Bruno Fernando for Patty Mills. Does that make you feel much better about this roster?
If you can flip Bruno Fernando for Patty Mills, you won.
Yeah, you did, but again,
Bruno's a bad player.
Yeah, I get what you mean in that sense, but I'm saying the roster hasn't dramatically changed. Your needs haven't been addressed fully.
Right.
Right, but we said this in the beginning. It's like if you trade Kemba, you're getting worse because you're trying to get out of his contract, and he's still, he can still do his thing, but the contract just didn't fit. He didn't fit, and the money was a lot, so they had to. Part ways, and you got a player in Al Horford who I guess we'll see what he's got left. I mean, certainly he can still contribute, but he's not the Al Horford of his prime. So you knew you were going to get worse at that point. But, they still have some tradable assets left, Marcus Smart being one. And I know that rubs people the wrong way. I'm not saying trade Marcus Smart, but you still have one guy there. You have some younger guys, Rob and John earmuff it, because Rob is, a player that
Rob just
might
came
have
off the
some
injured
value.
list.
Yep. And then you've got the Neesmiths and the Romeos and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I don't think they can get dramatically better, but also at the same point, like this isn't the finished product, and they're keeping they're allowing themselves to at least keep their options open for, a Ball or a Beal or something like.
Yeah,
something along those
you
lines.
gotta wait and see what happens.
Well,
I
I
suppose.
blacked out for a minute. What did you say about Rob?
He's a future defensive MVP,
Yeah,
Okay, good.
player of the year.
Thank you.
he's the third
Yeah,
star.
that's all.
Rob's
Yeah.
not going anywhere. Enough.
I don't think he is
No,
either.
he's
I
not.
don't think he is either.
He's not.
Don't think he is either.
No,
He's
and there
not.
are ways to dramatically transform the team this offseason. You look back on that Fournier thing, and you got a sense that it might ultimately become a sunk cost of the team's direction changes here, and evidently it has. It's just he did address what they needed in some way, and to see it go for nothing now, possibly, it would be frustrating. And they don't have an easy path to replacing.
Unless there are moves that end up, Bobby, with somebody like Ball or something like that here next year, it is a definite step back without Fournier this year. There's no way to
you're
fix
going to be
There's
trying
no
to get
way
by
to
on
fix
Sure.
it. Yeah.
You're going to be trying to get by on D. I can't stand the idea of seeing Smart and Richardson play together in the backcourt. That could be ugly. Oof. It's going to be tough next year for Tatum and Brown to get to the rim with the spacing.
It's going to be a grind. It's going to be a
Mhm.
They get
grind. And you
doubled.
know what? I'm okay with that.
Neesmith starts.
Yep, I'm with you.
That's what I said.
Starts.
On this roster without Fournier,
Yeah.
Neesmith starts for that reason alone, for spacing issues.
Get excited.
it has to be,
I'm hearing
You have-
Neesmith's working on his jumper. He's hard in the
Yeah.
gym.
Neesmith looking, he's in there, he's
strong.
lifting on the
Got those
Celtics
New Balances
Instagram.
on.
I'm gonna say this: Romeo looked lean. Okay, he did, and so that means he's
did.
working, which is good. Which means he's in shape.
There's been a lot of activity at the.
That's good. That's
practice
good.
facility there.
Honestly, because he's looked doughy for him. He's not a thick guy, but he didn't look, as athletic as you would think he would look. He looked like a guy who, just kind of, all right, I guess I'll play.
Neesmith does have a great
if you
frame.
need a fifth guy, I'll play. He didn't look like a guy who'd been hitting the gym the last couple of years. He looked pretty lean in those pictures. They're just pictures, but he's working out. Again,
Best shape he's ever been in season.
it's baby steps, okay? That the expectations are pretty freaking low. Get in shape, get to the start of the season without something freakish happening. Try to play basketball for a sustained period of time. That's all we're looking for there, okay? That's it.
Who, Romeo?
Romeo, very, very low
Romeo,
expectations.
Just try to exist.
Get there. Stay
be
there
alive.
for a little. Yeah, be
Stop
alive.
with the Romeo
Be a
slander.
human being on this planet.
I'm doing it because if I start saying what my expectations for Romeo actually are, I'm going to get lit up in the chat. And
It started a little bit.
It's late Friday, and I just don't feel like getting angry right now. Okay, so we'll leave it there. But I still do have some.
I'm buying some off-season stock in Romeo.
I'm all in. I always
I'm buying
have
some
been.
off-season stock in Romeo.
Yes.
Dude, Romeo.
I will not
Romeo
buy any
has
Grant
such
Williams off-season stock. I will not buy
Romeo
any
had
Grant Williams.
such a bad offseason in the beginning of the year where there was a legitimate conspiracy theory going around Twitter
remember
that he
this.
was dead, that he had
didn't
died
exist.
in the bubble.
That he didn't exist. That he was just a
The
figment of
Celtics
our
were covering
imagination.
up his death. Somebody should pull up that tweet string. That
I
was
love that
all-time.
thread. It's like, here, let me
So
break it
good.
down because I'm pretty sure that this is true. It was like
Here's what happened on this date.
Oliver Stone
Marcus Smart
shit.
throws a chair. It hits Romeo accidentally.
No, it was good.
Oh man, that was so good.
I'm all for it. So again, I guess kind of to summarize again, has there anything else, any other shoes dropped here since we've been on? I don't see anything because we are still, there's not like another team that came in anywhere last minute or no, we're still where we are.
No,
Yep.
Wright went to Atlanta. Delon Wright would have been fairly
Yep.
interesting. He was a little more expensive than Dunn was coming over here. And the Celtics are obviously still trying to keep money open. And that's another thing. You got a little bit of money to work with here. Like they got a mid-level. They could bring guys in on the other TPEs on these last two roster spots. So they have some flexibility under the tax to solidify the bench a little better, I think, because this roster here just doesn't have the spacing and playmaking you would need to put out a competent offense. Again, like Sherrod said, there's some real defensive competitiveness here. There's much more switchability and all the different things you look for out of a Celtics team above last year, but all of a sudden, all the holes and concerns move to the other side of the ball there on offense. So it's going to be interesting to see what moves they jump on once free agency starts and how they clear these roster spots. I think are the two most interesting things right now. We also said, John, it would become very clear what the direction was fast.
Very fast.
And that money for next offseason does seem to be the big emphasis right now.
Yep. And that's every indication. So again, that leads me to believe there is no
there's a target next summer of some kind, I'd say.
Yeah.
And the target might simply be, okay, look, everyone has said, and it's painted a pretty clear picture, and Bobby, you've been banging this drum for a very long time. Bringing Beal in straight up as a free agent is next to impossible. You have to renounce Romeo, not re-sign Smart, not re-sign Fournier, still probably clear some money, potentially even like a Romeo, and have next to nothing left on your team. It would be maybe Nesmith, Pritchard, those three guys, and that's about it, and not be able to and have about 10, 12, $15 million left for the rest of your roster. That would be if you brought in Beal on a max deal, like the 40 million or 35% of the cap, whatever that number has to be for him, which is very, very, very hard to do. It might make more sense if you worked it in a sign and trade because you could move some people, but regardless, that's really hard. Maybe the target isn't Beal. Maybe the target's just 20-something million of cap flexibility that I can do different things with and get creative. And maybe there isn't necessarily a target. Maybe it's just, I don't want to spend it now, but I want to make sure I have it later in case I need it. I don't know. Or it's wink, wink, Beal's coming and they know it. And it's clear in the deck for it, which again, is
I mean, neither of these moves
is possible. It's possible. Yeah.
Hi guys, Cedric Maxwell here. I want to take a minute to tell you about Marigold Medical. I'm used to keeping my body in great shape, but with arthritis, even the most simple everyday tasks became unbearable. As soon as I called Marigold Medical, I knew I was in good hands. No drugs, no surgery, just an experienced team of caring professionals that wanted to get me back to doing the things I love. Make the call to Marigold Medical and get back to pain-free life.